AAMR Local 4 News, Saturday Today, starts now.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us this Saturday morning. I'm Judd Baker. We're going to skip to health news this morning. Health officials are on high alert as the second case of the mysterious deadly coronavirus has been confirmed in the United States. Officials say the patient began feeling ill a couple of days after returning from a trip to China. Sarah DeLoff has the story.
A new case of coronavirus in the U.S., a Chicago woman in her 60s who returned from Wuhan, China last week.
I'm pleased to report that she is clinically doing well and is in stable condition.
Health officials are monitoring her contacts as well as those of the first patient in Seattle.
I'm always concerned when there is the emergence of a new virus. But right now, the immediate risk to the American public is low.
Coronavirus has killed at least 26 and sickened more than 800. At least 50 possible cases in the U.S. are under investigation. In China, the government has sealed off several cities, including Wuhan, ground zero for coronavirus, where construction has started on a specialty hospital unit. The CDC is advising against non-essential travel there and urging travelers to the country to take precautions.
Every time we do step out, when we come back, we make sure that we change our clothes and take a shower.
Screenings continue at U.S. airports, but health experts admit infected travelers not yet feeling ill could slip by. States are reviewing infectious disease procedures.
I think we're prepared for it.
As the CDC rushes to get rapid test kits to local health departments. Sarah DeLoff, NBC News.
The CDC says tests have come back negative on at least 11 people. They advise anyone who's feeling ill and has recently returned from Wuhan or has had contact with someone who has to call ahead to their doctor's office so appropriate precautions can be taken. To France now, to the head of the renovation efforts for the Notre Dame Cathedral said it's still too early to say if the world-famous landmark can be saved. Officials there say that there are some risky procedures to complete before the church can even be fully saved. Workers are about to begin removing the damaged scaffolding around Notre Dame's spire. It's risky now because of the metal scaffolding could fall through the church's ceiling. Workers have been using climbing ropes and trying to cut 40,000 pieces of scaffolding. And if it all goes well, the operation is expected to take 4 months. Now we know some of you have been having trouble getting our signal, and Super Bowl Sunday right up around the corner. We hear those cries, but we do have a solution for you into getting Fox 14. You can install an antenna at your home to enjoy the game along with your other favorite shows on Fox 14. However, we do want to note that this is not an option for people who live in an area not serviced by a main transmitter or translator. We partnered with an expert to show you how easy it is to install a TV antenna in your home. You can see how to set it up by scrolling down right here on this page here on myhighplains.com. All right, so let's get to what's trending online this morning. A North Carolina animal shelter has taken an unusual approach to getting one particular cat adopted. They posted her picture with the label, "World's Worst Cat." Isn't that sad? The cat's name is Perdita, and she is described as liking jump scares, lurking, and being the queen of the house, all fairly standard kitty traits. However, it also does say that she does not like kittens, dogs, or children, which means that she's going to need to be a solo cat. The post is getting a lot of attention and even a few $100s in donations. Now, your mom might have been right this whole time, maybe mine certainly was, if she said you were giving her the cause of her gray hair. The new study has linked extreme stress to premature graying. Scientists at Harvard looked at how mice reacted to stress. They found that when the fight or flight response to danger kicks in, it also creates a biochemical response that can turn your hair gray. Researchers hope the study may also help them learn how stress affects different organs and tissues. Here's the fun one for you. Miami's weather forecast for Tuesday night is certainly interesting with with a chance of falling iguanas, rather. David, have we ever had that in Amarillo? I don't think we have either. Yep, and when I say iguana, we're talking about the big lizards, y'all. Temperatures were expected to drop below 45 degrees in South Florida. Now, that's cold enough for iguanas to go into a dormant stage. They don't die, but they do become very still and are likely to fall out of the trees where they sleep. Now, that could pose a hazard for the people and cars under them, hence the warning. Florida's wildlife policies encourage landowners to actually humanely kill iguanas that they find on their properties. That's because the reptile is considered an invasive species that is not native to the habitat. Wild iguanas were first reported back in Florida in 1960. Their numbers have grown rapidly since then, despite the occasional cold snap. Buffalo wing lovers, I got a good one for you. Buffalo Wild Wings is making a side bet with football fans ahead of the biggest game of the year. The chicken wings chain is betting with fans that this year's Super Bowl will not go into overtime. If it does, it says that they will give free wings to everyone in the United States and Canada on February 17th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. local time. According to Buffalo Wild Wings, Las Vegas sports bettors believe that there's even a 10% chance that the game will go into overtime, so it's looking to be in Buffalo Wild Wings' favor. The San Francisco 49ers take on the Kansas City Chiefs in Miami on February 2nd on our sister station, Fox 14 News. Now, a dog with special needs has found a forever family in Georgia after he was returned 3 times. Tony Thomas reports on why this family says they're the perfect match for him.
This is Bandit. He's been in the Gwinnett Jail Dogs program at least 5.5 years and been returned 3 times because he's just too tough for his new owners to handle. But now authorities believe he's found the perfect match.
You want more? So when you look at Bandit, if he was human, he's me.
Daryl Ryder's been paralyzed from his waist down since birth. He says it's that special connection that he has with the 10 to 12-year-old dog Bandit that makes this adoption so special.
Going through what I went through in my life and growing up, life wasn't easy, but you just got to continue to move forward. The things that I read about Bandit, the videos that we saw, kind of had the same mindset that I had.
I was there inside the jail Wednesday afternoon as Daryl and his wife Sue came to pick up Bandit. They say they've been thinking about this day for a long time, debating whether they could handle Bandit's special needs.
This is something would help motivate Daryl. It would help Bandit to know he's not alone out there.
We introduced you to Bandit back in 2017, just after he'd been returned to the Jail Dogs program again. For years, he's been living with and trained by a series of inmates. His most recent handler has been Brandon Trito.
As soon as they found out that he was getting adopted, I've been trying to, loving him more. That's my friend.
How can you not fall in love with him?
This is a big day for Bandit. Not only is he going to a new home, but in the next few hours, he's going to meet at least 3 brothers and sisters. He'll get to know them in the next few days.
Truly a perfect family indeed. So we're going to settle this aside. Going to check outside. Let's bring in meteorologist David Williams in studio this morning. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Judd. Thank you, Judd. Taking a look at our temperatures early on this morning. 30 degrees here in Amarillo, 26 in Dumas, 24 in Dalhart, 26 in Clayton, 27 in Guyman, and 29 in Perryton. Fortunately, we'll be warming up quite a bit. Mild temperatures up ahead. 60 degrees here in Amarillo, 55 in Dumas, 55 in Dalhart, 53 in Guyman, 52 in Liberal, and 57 in Canadian. So a relatively mild afternoon ahead and mostly sunny for the most part. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast. A few mild days ahead. For Sunday, 61 for a high. Monday, 63 for a high. For Tuesday, we do have a cold front moving in, dropping our temperatures pretty significantly down to 48 degrees for a high, and a chance for rain and snow early on in the morning. Wednesday, relatively breezy, 50 degrees for a high. For Thursday, we do have another cold front moving through, bringing our chance for precipitation up just a bit later on in the evening. Rain and snow mix, 43 degrees for a high, and then Friday, we do end the week with 52 and breezy, partly cloudy for that Friday as well. Back to you, Judd.
All right, David, so we're talking about that dreaded word that we all love around here, snow.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited.
Hopefully. I'm not. See, you're used to the snow. Where are you from again?
New York,
yeah,
Queens.
Yeah, so you're used to it. We don't like that around here.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No.
That's fair. I understand. It's not the best to drive in, so I completely understand why people don't like it. I think that's like a common
I enjoy to watch the news in other markets and see the snow falling there, and I go, that must be wonderful. Not here, though. So how are you settling in Amarillo?
Really well so far. The weather's fantastic. It hasn't been too hot, it hasn't been too cold. Everyone's super nice. Everyone's been, giving me recommendations as far as places to go to eat and, just places to go to it and enjoy yourself. So
I was going to say, have you got to dive in? We gave David a list in the newsroom, a very large list of must-go places to eat in Amarillo. Have you got to dive in on that yet?
I haven't yet, but that's on the list for this coming week, so I'll have more to talk about next week, for sure.
All right. Well, we look forward to that full report.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry. I'm looking forward to it, too.
All right, guys, that's all we have for today. We'll see you back here next week. Have a great Saturday.